Hey everybody, this is me, fresh out of the shower. So we're going to talk about what I do in my normal hair routine. But today, first let's do our prayer from Psalms 19:14, which reads, "May these words of my mouth and this meditation of my heart be pleasing in your sight, Lord, my rock, my redeemer." So I say that to sort of remind myself that it's not for my will, but for the glory of God. That I try to do this every day. And because when it was just up to me to decide to do videos, they didn't get done. So today is July the 18th, I believe, because it's Tuesday. And so I thought I'd talk about my hair routine. So this is me sans makeup and what I usually look like when I get out of the shower. And I shower, I use like a Tresemme shampoo and conditioner and just kind of work it through my hair. And I use the shampoo and then I condition and I rinse it out with hot water. And then I condition and let it sit there while I'm showering, and then I'll put some more and I'll rinse it out with cold water. So, and then it comes out like this. And I can usually kind of pull my fingers through it. It usually ends up pretty soft. And so depending on where I'm going that day, if it's just a casual day, I'm going to use coconut oil and a detangler. And I like the Pantene detanglers. And then if I wanted to spice it up a little bit, I'll use a little bit of the Eco Gel. And I have the olive oil Eco Gel, which this container is like $4.69. It's lasted quite a long time. So, but we'll get into a little bit of the word while we're doing that. I want to know if you have ever felt like you were convicted by God, or God put it on your heart to do something, and after the Lord said that you should do something, that's my oven telling me it's preheated. After the Lord told you should do something, did you were you just like, I don't know if that's the Lord or if that's my vanity? Like, what did you do? Like in the book of Judges, with Gideon, the Lord told Gideon that, hey, I'm gonna have you lead the Israelites to freedom. Like, they were being who were they being oppressed by? I believe, yeah, Midianites. And they had to, I mean, it was so bad Gideon had to hide in a cave and thresh his wheat in a wine press, because otherwise the Midianites would steal it. Like, and some other people, they'd come and steal it. And so when God said that, he was just like, plus he said in Judges 6:14 NIV, the Lord turned to him and said, go in the strength you have and save Israel out of the Midianites' hands. Am I not sending you? And after this, in Gideon 6:15, Gideon says, pardon me, my Lord. Gideon replied, but how can I save Israel? My clan is the weakest in Manasseh, and I am the least of my family. And it was really interesting there that he was just like, I think you got the wrong guy. I'm not some great dude, like, we're hiding in caves, whatever. And so, and then he goes back and forth with God, and God doesn't get mad at him. Like, he's like, can you send me a sign? So he tells God to wait so he can get an offering prepared and do the burnt offering. And God waits, and then he has an angel burn the offering up. And he goes through all of this, and the last thing Gideon asked God to do is that, then Gideon said to God, Judges 6:36. So we start out in 6:14 with God telling him. So we have to go down a few verses because he's talking back and forth with God. Gideon says to God, do not be angry with me. Let me take just one more request. Allow me one more test with the fleece, because he had already tested the fleece before and it happened. But this time make the fleece dry and the ground around it covered in dew. Before he said, Lord, let make the fleece wet and the ground around it dry, and he was able to like squeeze out a bowl full of water from the fleece the next day. So now he's asking for the other way around. Judges 6:14, he says, that night God did so, only the fleece was dry and the ground was covered in dew. So then God finally Gideon was like, yay, this is really from God. And he was super excited. But it was just interesting how he was still a little nervous. And I can kind of understand that, because, I mean, when God put it on my heart to do these videos, I was very doubtful. And I mean, he's not asking me to lead people from oppression or anything. He just said, hey, put up some videos and talk about me and talk about the stuff you love. And I was just like, I'm not really wanting to be talking about God. But and I was a little skeptical. And so I prayed about it for a while, and my sister said, well, why don't you go and she said to pray about it, but then she said, you know, ask God for a sign. So I was like, oh, all right. So I asked God for a sign, and then like the very next Sunday, I can't remember what time of the week that was, but that following Sunday, I went to visit my mom's church. My brother was in town. We were all going to my mom's church. And the pastor that was there asked if people wanted to come up and get a blessing. So anytime somebody says that, I'm like, get my blessing. So you hand them out, I'm going to come up there, have somebody pray over me. So it was a really great pastor. And so when, you know, they touch your head and they touch you and they say what they feel the Lord has told them to say about you. So he prayed for me, and he prayed for my strength, and then he said that I was called to ministry. And so in all 43 years of my life, I think I've been going to church since I was far back as I can remember, like 6 or 7, I think, maybe even 5. We've been going to church or had some kind of religious involvement. I've never had anybody tell me that. And so I felt like that was a sign for me. And then I said, well, God, I guess I am supposed to do these every day. So I want to know, have you had any signs, and have you ever requested a sign? And if so, did you get one? About my hair, though, I wasn't even planning on actually going into all that. Like, I wanted to talk about my hair and talk about Gideon at the same time. So I'm spraying a little bit because it's gotten a little dry while sitting here talking. My hair dries out quickly. So what I like to do is take the coconut oil, and I have organic, but you know, I try to get it was a relatively good price, and I believe I got it at a health food store. And because it's organic and unrefined, sometimes you'll get like little thick pieces that don't melt. Usually coconut oil melts with your body heat. So if you take a little clump out like this, it'll melt down in your hands. And so I don't have enough to brush really on the sides that much, but if I had more on the sides, I would put the oil in there. So I've got that. I already put a little conditioner in there, and I might go ahead and put a little bit more. I like to use the Pantene Detangler, and I try to do that before I put my oil in my hair usually, because the oil makes my hands slippery, and then it's really hard to hold the bottle. And I like that Pantene leave-in conditioner. It's like a detangler because it smells really good too. And I'm going to dry off my hands real quick, and then I will show you the conditioner I use, and then we'll go to the gel. Alright, I had to run and get my conditioner and stuff, and while I was out, I was like, oh, I don't have any earrings on and necklace, because I literally just got out of the shower. So anyways, I wanted to show you the shampoo that I use. You can see that. And I just use that sparingly. I don't always use the shampoo in the shower. Sometimes I just use the conditioner. And I have the top off of it because I usually go like this. Shake it all the way down, and then I get like literally that much in my hand to use as a leave-in conditioner for my hair. So I've done the coconut oil and the detangler, and then leave-in conditioner, and I might put like a little bit more coconut oil in there, because usually most of it just ends up going on my like on my elbows. I'm just like, usually that's the time when I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna put this on my elbows. So usually I just kind of finger comb it out a little bit. Now if I am, depending on where I'm going, decides what I do next. So dry off my hands real quick. So if I'm just hanging out around the house, then I just take this and pick it out real quick. And my curls are slightly looser because I've bleached it. That loosens up the curl a little bit, but not much, quite honestly. I just go around it and do that, and then I'll kind of like roll it together, like so. So you can see how my hair looks. Then if I want to go out, or if I'm just feeling fancy, I'll use the Eco Gel, and I'll just get a bit of this and just start in the back of my hair and just finger comb that in. And it starts to lengthen it a little bit and loosen up the curl a little bit more. So I'll kind of just go section by section. I don't know why I always work in the back, and you can see it's been a while since I've bleached my hair. I might bleach it again sometime soon. So I'm just adding what feels right and kind of running my fingers through my hair. So I keep going with the Eco Gel. And I like this gel because it doesn't flake, and it seems like it gives a nice hold without being like super crunchy or anything. So I'm just really just finger combing this. I try to finger comb it forward. You can kind of see a little more of the length of my hair. If I have time, you know, I could go through and blow dry the roots up a little bit higher, but I usually don't bother with that. And I usually need a mirror to see what's going on in the back. But usually I just keep adding gel until it feels right. Sometimes I don't want it to be as gel, and other times I do. Like the super gel look. If it's gonna be hot and I'm gonna be sweating a lot, I'm not big on the gel because I don't want it to I know, I feel like it's gonna sweat down my face, although I haven't noticed that, so. But there you go. It gives me like some kind of loose curls and a bang. You know, I could lift it up more if I want more height. You can blow dry it for a taller one, but I kind of like the loose one here. So anyways, that's how I get my that's how I usually do my hair. It's getting so long in the front. It's like ridiculous. But I like this gel too because it dries clear, and so you can't really see it. Sometimes I'll pull it to the side a little bit here, just depending on how I feel. But that's pretty much it. Thanks very much for joining me. Like I said, I'll push that together. Thanks very much for joining me for another episode of Devotional Diva. I am Makeup Dr. Cherie. I hope you enjoyed it. And again, please tell me if you've ever felt like God's supposed to put it on your heart to do something. And if you did, what did you do about it? Like, did you ask him? Did you test him? Were you afraid? Did you do nothing? I'd love to hear from you. And I might check and see what some of my relatives have done too. But have a blessed day. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care.